Hi, welcome to VLOGMAS. So I took about 2 days off from filming just because the last two vlogs took so much energy out of me. So today I decided to do something a little more chill and laid back. I'm gonna go grab some dinner just by myself, and we might do like a mental health chat or just like a catch up on things that have been happening. I will see you guys at whatever restaurant I decide to go for dinner. Hi. So, it's a few days later, and the footage of me at the pad thai restaurant that I went to was just gone. So instead of me giving this update at a pad thai restaurant, we're gonna do it real quick as I'm in the middle of editing this video. So how have I been with my mental health lately? Honestly, it's been very up and down. I was doing a lot better after my first mental health update that I gave you guys back in June? May? I don't remember. That video, by the way, is unlisted now. I decided to make it unlisted for my own anxiety. I don't know. It was a lot to put out there at the time, and I'm learning now that it's better to keep certain things to myself. So after that video went up, I took a month away, and that was really, really beneficial for my mental health. And then I got a second job, and that second job just ran me into the ground. And when I was let go from that job the day I was going to go quit, that was when my depression got worse again. And it was getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And what was not helping the matter was working so hard on content, trying to just post as much as I could, and people just not resonating with it, not connecting with it. And it kept fucking with me and making things worse until 12 Nights of Frights. That was a really low point for me. I was so out of it and depressed and frustrated at the response that I had to get back on meds. And I don't blame you guys for this at all. I know this is my mental health that is telling me these things. But it's like, okay, no one likes my content because they don't like me because I suck and I deserve to. Yeah, it goes there pretty fast. God, I love depression. And it's been really hard navigating that on top of losing my therapist this year. So I have kind of talked about this in little pieces here and there, but I haven't said much about what happened and why I no longer am in therapy. And basically the reason why is because I went through this massive breakthrough. So I scheduled an appointment with my therapist, and we scheduled it for a Wednesday midday. So about 20 minutes before my appointment, I get a message from my therapist saying, hey, I'm fired. And this came out of absolute nowhere. And I found out through other people I knew that a lot of people were fired that day. And all the people they fired were primarily people of color. And what's crazy to me is that they already had people replaced, and they were all white. Isn't that a coinky-dink? So yeah, I was told that my therapist was fired. I was also told that they would reach out to me by the end of the day. I didn't hear back from them for a week, and when I did hear back from them, they said, oh, your sessions have ended now. Do you need more support? Blah, 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 blah. And trying to make it seem like I overstayed my welcome in a sense. And to get that type of dismissal from the company and the people who were in contact with me was deplorable. And I no longer support this company. I will not be saying the name of this company. That's how much I despise them now. And I know a lot of other crap that's been happening in the last couple of years where they specifically targeted people of color and the mentally ill, all so they can build a new building. And I cannot support that. And I think what hurts the most is that I went to them when I was dealing with a massive trauma and abandonment, and I felt very abandoned by this company. And I also want to make it clear that I do not feel abandoned by my therapist at all. This is absolutely not her fault, and I hope I can see her again one day and just catch up on life and all that jazz. But for now, it's the way it is, and I'm doing okay with that now. So yeah, when the new year rolls around, I'm going to focus a lot on my mental health and getting to a point where I can feel okay again. I'm getting better. I know that for sure. I feel like I definitely turned a corner, especially after getting back on medication for a few weeks. I just have a lot of hope for the next year. Something tells me that 2022 is going to be a really good year for me. It's going to be my 25th year. I'm actually really excited for it. I feel like this year was kind of like my quarter life crisis in a way, where I started to like panic, like I'm not where everyone else is at. I'm not where everyone else is at. But I always have to remind myself that that's because I was severely traumatized since I was a little kid. And I have to accept me for me and the story that I lived. And yeah, I just hope that someday soon I can be in a place where I can tell you even more about what's been going on, because honestly guys, this year has been crazy in like a lot of great ways and a lot of meh ways, but a lot of it I cannot talk about just yet. But I promise that soon I will talk about it. Y'all, it's some tea. It's some piping hot tea. But yeah, I'm gonna import this into the computer and edit it real quick. See you later. Okay, so I've been home for a while and I've been starting to wind down a little bit. I'm going to take some sleeping medication and then get ready for bed because I'm tired. And I think it would be good for me with my depression symptoms to get back to a more rigid sleep schedule, because one of the things that I struggle with when I'm depressed is sleeping. I usually feel like I can't fall asleep, and then as soon as I can fall asleep, I want to stay asleep for like 20 hours. So we're gonna fix that. That's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, comment below, subscribe, all the things. And if you want more from me, including my poetry, you can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. All of those are at Carson Bohdi. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye! I wish that every day